This is the Apache 3800. There's also an Apache 4800, but this costs $40. The 2800 is just a little bit smaller for $10 less, but I feel like you might as well just go for 40 instead of 30. Hi, Rigby. And the 4800 is a good bit bigger, but is $60 opposed to 40. This one was like 32, and I said I was going to bring this, but then I learned that I thought you needed to buy custom foam, but it turns out how it works is that you have two layers of foam besides this top eggshell one, and these are like a grid that you can cut out. So, I'm going to reconvene after I do so. Okay, so after like 2 days of this, this is a process, I will say. You can't just rip it out. It is, you do need a knife or an X-Acto knife. And there's actually a third layer. So I'll get to that third layer soon. Trying to do this one-handed. Press this back in. You can cut this out however you want. I cut it out in a way that I want to be able to store Band-Aids in my case. Neosporin, Band-Aids. This is just an example bottle of lube. I'm not going to take that. Well, I might as well. And, yeah, screws. I also have a couple of oversized ones because I have this honker of a Filipino Balisong here. And so I cut it there. But each one of these slots is a convenient 2x1 slot. So let's say my Cygnus here, if I have live blades here on the front, I can put doomp, and it fits very nice and fairly snug. I'm just gonna start filling these in, and so I put a bunch of them back. This one here, it's a little bit snug, so I could do it in here, or I could put this in the oversized one. Yeah, this is just an example of how it works. Now, I will say something to be aware of is that the 3800 case, it's just a little bit short relative to Balisongs. This isn't a problem. It does push your Balisongs down a little bit forward at first, but it does close still. It does close, don't worry. I actually had a bunch of Balisongs in one pocket, in a bunch of pockets, to help depress the bottom layer of foam all the way in. Now, you can also remove this egg carton top foam, and it will close easier. It'll close without any issue. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. But I actually, it's not a huge issue. If you have the egg carton top in, it just helps if you depress this foam over time after using it a couple times. So right now, with my configuration, I have eight down, and then 8 in the center here. So a total of 40 Balisongs can be held in this, and then some, because I have a big thing here. And if I didn't want to have this big cutout here, and I wanted to just have a bunch more here, you could then do 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6 is 24. So you could have 64 Balisongs comfortably in here. But I wanted to have some other stuff. First aid kit is really good when you're bringing these to a meetup. And obviously you can customize them how you want. If you want to do the horizontal style, like how Will Hirsch's cases are for the display spots, go for it. It would be, it's a little snug. And of course, because this foam is also not nearly as sturdy as the one in his cases, these are a little soft. You can't just, you could rip it out with your hands, but obviously using a knife is better. If you wanted to do this style, it would probably be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 across. I guess you would need 10 by 1 for a single one. And I don't know about, if you cut it out, you would have to alternate it so that you could have, it would probably honestly fuck with the the structural integrity of the foam if you were to have them alternate. Because if you have them, they would literally be stacking on top of each other. And since I was looking for the convenience of multiple function over like looking nice, I think the Wilhurst cases look fantastic, especially the ones that you can hold like 15. But the equivalent of like the Foxtrot case for Wilhurst, it's like fucking $450, I think. And this one cost me $40. This cost me $32. I'm like, yeah, this will work. This I'm keeping. This I'm definitely keeping. And I'm very happy with this. And so I will, this is sort of like a first impressions video, I guess. I said I was going to do a first impressions video in the second part of this, but frankly, I'm just going to return this because I got this on Amazon. Whereas this one, I can store more Balisongs and more stuff, like Band-Aids and stuff, and lube and Torx drivers. So I'm happy with this, and like a case is an investment, but with a case like this, $40 is not that. It's not that much money. Like some cases are 80 to more or 100, and again, the equivalent, the Pelican case, which is much bigger. That can Wilhurst's Foxtrot case, which can hold like 40 to 50 Balisongs. That's like $450, and you can get a bigger one. You can get a bigger one than this, which is like even wider and a little bit taller. The 4800. This is the Apache 3800. The Apache 4800 is $60 opposed to $40, and it's bigger and it is a little bit taller. So you don't even have to worry about like the when they like lean forward and push down. That's just going to be handled. It's just going to be fine. So if you were looking for a Balisong case, again, not trying to like knock on Wilhurst, great guy, love his content, great design. This is simply just a more efficient way of storing more Balisongs for less money. It does, however, mean you have to physically cut these. The foam comes as well. I mean, look at all this. I had to cut this myself, and it's not super duper tight. It's not going to be like the most secure thing ever. And here, there's some wiggle room, especially if you have this skinny vintage Balisong here. But it will protect your things. They won't knock up against each other. They won't scuff. Even when they press forward a little bit, I did try it and see. Like, it helps if you like push down and then pull the lid down, in order to make sure that they don't bump into each other. But they don't. They don't make contact with each other. So, and they do poke out enough that you can see which ones they are. I think in the 4800. It's gonna have higher foam, but if you can identify your Balisongs by like just their pivot regions, it's not gonna be an issue. So I will probably make a second part, but I'm gonna stitch these two videos together of the before I was cutting and this version, and I'll let you know. So stay tuned. I did forget actually also, you can put these upside down, which will then save you from having to make all of these oversized. I can only fit 4 oversized slots. But if you do it upside down, because these are they're so wide, like you can kind of fit this in. But if you were to do it upside down, theoretically that would work. However, I think it's safer to have it with the pivot sides up because of how this foam is working against. Whereas this foam has like these grooves and these divots, and I think it's designed to have some sort of like weird bumpy surfaces. Like this can, like a lot of these cases are often used for like photo equipment, like cameras, lenses. Some people use them for guns. Some people use them for wine glasses. You can use this for literally anything you want to store securely. I just wanted to have an affordable thing. I didn't need them to be like super duper rigid and like cutting out a weird shape for like a gun or whatever. However, just because these are big and they don't fit, it might just be better to fit them upside down. Especially these plastic ones are probably not a big deal. But just be aware that it is possible to just store them all with the handles facing up. But I would just be maybe a little bit more concerned because of how the foam on the bottom is like meant to get like, well, it's for, in my case, it's going to get crushed. And the foam up here is a little bit more designed for give. So I think with, obviously you want your pivots to be, to be functioning more so than the ends of your Balisongs, which is why you see beat handles. You want your pivots to function, because if they don't function, then you have no good Balisong. So just be aware. But especially for like plastic, it shouldn't be an issue. So anyways, if you like these videos, like, comment, subscribe. Again, this is $40. With shipping, it's like $10. But I just went to the local store near me and I got it for 42 with tax and whatever. This was like 32 on sale on Amazon, and they're different functions. This is smaller, this is more compact. It doesn't have the big compartment like this that you can carve, and this was optional. This is something I did personally. But this is more secure. I think if it got hit by a car, it would actually be fine. This very much was, it's soft. It's good for carrying a bunch of things, specifically folder knives more so than Balisong. So, and this you can do however you want. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any other suggestions. Should I have sprung for the $60 one? I don't know. It'll be good to limit me, and not to mention it's just bigger. So, anyways. Take care, and see you in my other videos. Peace. Oh my God, yeah, that Balisong, that Filipino Balisong did a number on me. But peace.